no damage. Built to be dropped, this stuff. It's a tough life, rock and roll.
Who's that?
That's Banger. He's our roadie.
Rock on!
That was Bob's special Christmas,
Yeah,
or Bob
was
the
it?
Builder Christmas
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, and it was the first film they ever brought out as well. I mean, it's weird, really, because at the time that was out, and since people still buy it now, but at the time it was out, little kids, like I'm talking under 8 years old.
Well, it's 20 years old that now.
Is it really?
Yeah,
Oh, my
20 years
word.
old, yeah.
But little kids, they used to come up to me, and they didn't know anything about Slade particularly, but they knew me as Banger.
Alison Steadman was in it.
Alison Steadman was the lady mayoress, and she got the hots for me. She wanted a bit of rough, so she sort of fell in love with me.
These Crosby girls.
Yeah. So that was, it was a great experience to be in that, because people forget how huge Bob the Builder was.
Christmas number one.
It was, certainly.
Yeah.
And it was massive TV viewing as well for kids. And it was great because I went in the studio to do it like with the cast, with Neil Morrissey as Banger, as Bob, and the rest of them. And we had such a laugh.
Alison Steadman played the mayoress. Her name was Bunty.
That's it, Bunty.
And I think at one
right.
stage you went, "Come here, I'll catch you, Bunty, love." Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And when will the Christmas tree be arriving, Bob?
Oh,
Oh, goodness me.
Don't panic! I've got you, Bunty!
So did you know at the time that Roy Wood and Wizard had a wish it could be Christmas every day?
No.
Because it was almost like a Blair Oasis race to number one with the song, wasn't it? It was a parallel.
And we were big mates with Woody and Wizard. I mean, we knew them really well. Anyway, we didn't know what he'd been up to and that he was thinking of bringing a Christmas record out. But he'd obviously had the same idea as us from how Lennon had done it the year before, made it cool, as it were. And of course, Elton John was doing the same thing, which we didn't know either.
Step into Christmas.
Step into Christmas.
Welcome to my Christmas song. I'd like to thank you for the year.
But the record company was pretty sure we could get in at number one again, 3 in 1 year. Nobody had ever done that, including the Beatles or anybody. And at that point in time. And they said, well, the pre-sales are it's going to take it to number one. And he did, went to number one first day release, which Woody wasn't happy about.
Did he get to 2?
And now he got to 4.
To 4?
Yeah.
He must have been blazing.
He was blazing.
So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody's having fun.
It was the hardest song we ever had to record.
Why?
Because Don, our drummer, had had a car crash just 2 months before, and his girlfriend had been killed in the car crash, and he was in a coma for a week. And when it happened, they didn't give him 24 hours to live, and he survived. And 6 weeks later, the doctor said, if you don't get him behind the kit now, you'll never know whether he can ever play the drums again.
Did he have to relearn?
He had to relearn. We could not record Merry Christmas Everybody from start to finish. It's nearly 4 minutes long. He could not remember that. So we had to put it like a jigsaw puzzle. We had to get him to play a little bit of beat, and then we'd get him to do another little beat, and ram it together. Then we'd have to overdub the bits. Like usually before the accident, we'd all have to go in the studio, play as we played live, do a few overdubs, and that was the record. We'd got it done in, the Lord knows, we'd finished the whole thing in 2 or 3 hours, and then it just got to be mixed, and it was in the shops pretty much the next day. Because he couldn't even remember the hits, let alone a brand new song.